Welcome to Starfield Signal, your place for everything Starfield. And yes, we just got some brand new videos from Bethesda Softworks on their YouTube channel. They launched at about 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time today on July 25th. And what I wanted to do is just watch these with you guys, want to enjoy them with you as a community. Also, maybe to just react to them a little bit, make a few observations. I'm probably not going to break these down super in depth on this video, but we'll have a follow-up video later to break down each of these and see what we can glean from it. So let's dive in. Okay, so just kind of knee-jerk reaction. I absolutely love this art style. I think it is really, really cool. I love it that this isn't more like typical marketing. It's not like, hey, here's some cool guns that you'll be able to use, or here's some cool spaceships that you'll be able to fly, or here's some of our story missions, or here's how the game runs and whatever FPS. It's about feeling, right? It's about building this world. It's about building this lore. And I love it that they use these small personal stories to do that. Yeah, it's so cool. And so like I feel more like personally invested, like emotionally invested in these characters and in this world, and even feeling like, oh, I want to experience that in some ways. Maybe not my parents dying in a horrible battle, a horrible mech battle. But yeah. And I know probably a lot of people, we'll go back here just a second. Probably a lot of people are going to say, oh, mech's confirmed. But I don't know if that's what this is. Like, we already knew there were mechs in the game, right? But we have already heard it confirmed that there's no ground transportation other than maybe our boost pack. So I wouldn't get carried away with that. And speaking to myself as well, because I know I get carried away with a lot of ideas sometimes. But let's go back. We're not going to break down everything, but I do have just a few thoughts that I wanted to share as we just kind of scan back through here. Beautiful shot in Atlantis. Again, just kind of I love the art style. So I'll have to look up what this art style is called, if there's a certain style or name for it. Of course, the Vanguard. And I know we've seen, so I think this is like the UC symbol right here on there, because I think we've seen that quite a bit. So he's probably maybe he's a space trucker. He's delivering small packages, and he wants to do something more with his life, and he looks determined. We've seen this before, mast and the flags. We've done some videos about that, kind of what they all mean. I love kind of the halation kind of around the highlights, kind of emulating old film. This is really cool. Signing up for the Vanguard. And I wanted to come back and read this disclaimer. It says, by joining the United Colonies Vanguard, you agree to perform necessary services for the United Colonies that could place you in serious danger, resulting in harm to your craft or yourself, up to and including death. Okay, so interesting. So right here they're saying like, hey, you gotta bring your own spaceship. That's funny. Okay. Good blast off and see some fighting. I did notice this as well. So this is kind of like a montage of him making credits as he's going out and fighting the good fight, as it were. So he gets a little bit at first, kind of gets that gleam in his eye, does a few more missions, maybe a few more bounties, gets some more credits, and then we see a big old pile of credits right there after. So that when I see that, I'm like, oh yeah, my eyes are getting big too, because I'm all about the economy, and I think that's going to be so cool in the game. And this was great as well. Kind of shows a more relaxed, like he's made a lot of money, he has a nice home, and he sees these ships taking off, and it's like that feeling of exploration or that feeling of combat is calling to him, and so he leaves his drink, leaves the comfort of his own home, and fires up the engines. And so I love this narrative. I love this creativity poured into this one very personal story that could potentially be a good influence for a lot of role-playing playthroughs. So really love that first one. Okay, let's move on to the second one. Again, we're not going to break it down too crazy. Just a few observations. All right, we're in Neon. Vol 2 Alpha, or Vol-E Alpha. Does anyone know if it's Vol 2 or Vol-E? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. There's still a little bit of disagreement on that. So we just got some ruffians here. They're making some decisions, stealing some things, making marks, taking it to their fences, getting some money. And we see that card she has with that with that symbol on it. We get a better look at it here. So, yeah, surely this is Ryujin Industries. What else would this be? And I'm sure I've seen this before. Maybe I just didn't connect that, or I don't remember seeing it. Let me know in the comments if it's something else, if you know what it is. And she evidently, I mean, like her face here, it looks like she has some sort of emotional connection to this. Like it's not just a place for her. Maybe it's where her parents worked or work currently. Or maybe it's where she thinks, you know, maybe that would give me a solution to like get out of this life of crime. Like I kind of like it, but maybe I'm wanting something more. So maybe that's where kind of this tension is between her and her partner here. Get out of here. And she comes in for this and gets her card or credit card, I guess, and a gun and something to sign, which, as we all know, you should always sign things corporations give you because they're watching out for you. All right. That's it for that second one. And then let's take a look at this third one. I think I had just a few thoughts I wanted to go back and take a look at where hope is built. Kill a city. You know, this is... I don't know if this is my favorite one or not. I think this is my favorite one because it's so personal and it's about family. Of course, I'm a family man. I have a lovely wife. I have 2 beautiful daughters, and so this is kind of turning in my soul right now, thinking about this, just being emotionally connected to it. Yeah, so looks like this person here is just has to do some repairs. So they go over here. Looks like they're just kind of lost, not really knowing what to do. See the statue of Solomon Coe here remembers the maybe the colony wars, right? And his parents were in mechs, got blasted by some missiles, and now their memorial is set up right there by Solomon Coe's statue. We see this person come in and save the day and be a good person. So I don't think we've seen any kind of like morality system. That's usually not Bethesda's vibe. They're just like, you know, make the decisions you want to make and then kind of live with those consequences. But they're not going to shoehorn you into like a good morality or a bad morality. In this particular instance, you turn down a reward from this person you save with a cred stick, and you're like, no, let me just fix this thing and we'll head on out and have some adventures together. So it's kind of like finding a new family or making a family wherever you are, which is a beautiful sentiment. Kind of moving on. Okay, so those are the 3 new videos we got. I'm pleasantly surprised. When I saw everything pop up on my notifications, I was like, oh great, we get like more things to break down. And honestly, there's not a lot to break down here. I feel like this is something more just to kind of be experienced, to be left with a feeling, to kind of chew on it. And you know, I'm as much excited about those moments in Starfield as I am the combat and the economy and the shipbuilding. I'm excited for those moments where I know a lot of people made fun of them, but you know, Todd Howard was saying in some of the interviews, like where you just kind of get to go to this desolate planet just to be there and just to listen to the wind or water if you got a little stream coming through, or listen to the animals nearby or the creatures, or if nothing else is there and it's all desolate, then just watching the sunset or watching the sunrise or watching the 3 moons go around or whatever it is. I definitely dig that vibe sometimes, and I feel like that's probably good for all of us to a certain extent. So yeah, thanks for watching and experiencing these 3 videos with me. I appreciate it. We are going to do a lot more videos leading up to Starfield launch. So if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to do that and kind of join us on our Starfield journey. If you haven't already, hit the like button for this video. Whoa. You know what? I'm just going to leave that in because I've had so many technical difficulties this morning trying to get this content out to you guys. And so that's just a perfect way to end it. For now, may you find wonder as you journey through the stars. Have a good one, guys.